Guys, welcome back to the show. Just want to do a quick update. I'll do a little bit of market. I'm not going to talk too much about the market. I am looking at the charts. They're bloody, which is brilliant, right? When you see a market that is bloody, it's freaking brilliant, because that's when you end up buying at discounts, right? Of course, one of the coins pumped a little bit higher today. It did dump to around 55 cents, and then it pumped all the way to 88 cents, which is brilliant. So again, another kind of local all-time high. Definitely not the all-time launch price yet, so we are still waiting for that. And we did have a nice little conversation on Discord regarding this, so Hulk on Discord would know exactly what we're talking about, right? I don't want to talk too much about it. I'm not here to shill any other projects other than our own project, right? But right now, looking at total market cap 1.59, ain't concerned at all. I don't see any issues at all. I see BTC at $42,700, ain't concerned at all. I'll tell you what the time is. The time now is 11:49, so 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes to midnight. Candle will close. Today's candle will close, and today was Wednesday the 3rd of January, so we're about to go to the 4th of January. So listen, guys, when I'm looking at the market like this, especially in this particular month, I am not concerned at all. Absolutely not concerned at all. Remember that just a day or two ago, we went to almost $46,000 for BTC. And it is the market leader. It is the most dominant coin in the crypto sphere. So if it does move a little bit or wiggle a little bit, everything else does shake a little bit more, right? So that's what's happened. When BTC dipped, everything else decided to dip. The numbers look bigger on the others because of the valuation they have, right? So that's what it is. Nothing too much to worry about. I mean, I'm seeing some of these coins dump 6, 7%, 8% compared to what BTC did, right? So again, listen, if you understand the market cycles and market patterns, you would welcome these dips, right? These dips are brilliant. You welcome them, because that's when you know the market is resetting. All the profits that people have made up to now, people are going to take some of those profits, because that's what you do. When you make money, you take your profit, right? So people are going to take their profits and then reset the market and then move back up again, because you need money, you need powder to play with, right? So if you can take your profits out, now you can play with those profits and move the market up even further, right? So it's all about maths. This is all maths. It's not about, oh, whoa, that's it, everyone's dumping. I know some people are talking about how there's a rumor going around how the spot ETF is not going to happen, or how the rumor is going around how the spot ETF is going to happen, or how the rumor is going around how BTC is going to go to 500K, or how the rumor is going around how BTC is going to go to $1. None of that matters. Why do you listen to this stuff? Ignore it. None of this matters. Market is doing exactly what the market needs to do. Market's been indicating this for weeks and weeks and weeks, that it needs to have a dip, and it didn't have a dip. Instead, it went the opposite, which I was worried about. So you probably, most of you guys who have watched my videos, actually bother to watch it right to the end, right? And I'm not being disrespectful, but if you do, then you would know that I've talked about this, how I'm worried the market is overbought on the daily, on the weekly, XYZ. However, the market momentum has just been up. So we have been very, very greedy, and I'm talking about fear and greed index. We've been very, very, very greedy, right? So we need to be a little bit fearful right now as well. And when there's fear in the market, I'm happy, right? I don't buy the greens, I buy the reds. So I'm really, really happy. I'm waiting for SEI to come back to the red, because I like bloody. So if it does, brilliant. I'm going to jump in again. I do have a little hodl bag. So I don't have a liquid bag at this present moment, because I did sell. Remember I told you guys on the last video, I was waiting for it to go to around 83 cents. I did actually sell at 83 cents because I had an auto sell at 83. So I've exited. So that's gone now. So whatever portfolio you saw on that Binance account, that's already gone. And another portfolio I had in Coinbase, that's already gone as well. So I'm back into USDC right now. But I do have a hodl portfolio that I've kept from my profits. So that portfolio, I might end up doing a bit of a leverage, because now, look, I've bought it at 9 cents, I've bought it at 10 cents, I've bought it at 20 cents, whatever. Buying it, making all that money, I've kept some, but I've always taken my initial out. Now I'm free to do whatever I want, but I don't want to risk my initial at this present moment while the entire market is bloody. This is one coin that is still pumping. Great for it, and I'm happy for it, and I've made a lot of money, and I do appreciate it. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to now go and deploy my liquid capital, right? That's not going to happen. But I do have a hodl bag. That bag I don't mind actually playing with, because that means I'm going to play crypto to crypto. I'm going to do a little bit of leverage on SEI itself, and then see how far it goes. Maybe a little 2x or something like this, because it's a very small cap coin. Not small cap, the price is very small, so a percent, 10% is going to show up as a lot. So I can't do high leverage, I have to do a very small leverage. For example, if I do a 10x leverage, then it's going to wipe me out within like a second if it dumps 10%. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a very volatile coin. So I've got to play with like maybe 1, maybe 2x maximum, right? Nothing more than that. And then see how we go from there. So it's going to be a very controlled trade, so I don't get liquidated fast, right? And it's not much, it's profit money, so I'm okay to burn it, right? It's not like I'm going to lose my own money. So I'm okay to play this game. Let me see what I can do. If I can double a few, then that cash that I'll make is going to go back into No Central project. Because guys, and I want to talk about No Central as well, right? What you need to understand is there's a few things here that a lot of people are just not, they haven't fathomed. They're just not understanding the whole logic behind it. They're not understanding the amount of emotional bloody chaos that's going on, right? Let me explain this to you. Right, one thing. First of all, I've made plenty of community shout outs, right, in my own communities and everything. I said, guys, I want to launch this thing. Tell me, talk to me, speak to me, brainstorm with me, do whatever, right? I need your advice. Give me input, give me output, whatever I've asked. And if you don't give it to me, then I'm going to have to do things my own way. Whatever I think is right, I'm going to do that. So I've asked people all sorts of questions. I haven't got many answers. So when I didn't, I said, okay, I'm going to go and do something. So the whole coin was created out of frustration. Believe it or not, frustration because of how centralized exchanges are messing around, how these people get together and these communities of whales and this and that, how they're scamming everybody. And I'm just unhappy with that. I'm like, no, I can't do this anymore, because I'm seeing this over and over again, right? And I'm being sincere and humble here, and I'm like, I can't see this anymore. So you know what, why don't we create our own community who can control our own fate, right? Rather than having a project where, we know that there are influencers and there are other people who are involved in it, pumping and dumping on the people, right? Rather than that, at least I know that I'm not going to dump anything to anybody. In fact, the only thing I did dump already is dump the entire coin to the foundation wallet and everything like that, right? The liquidity pool in XYZ. So I'm not even holding any, right? I'm putting my own funds, my own money, my own investment into this project so that this project can be lifted, right? And then I'm asking the community, I'm saying, community, come together and let's work with this together. So any profits I make, I'm going to use that funds to hire a developer or pay somebody or do whatever, even build a website and XYZ. So I'm actually spending my own money to do all of those things. I'm not asking anybody to pay me anything, none of that business, right? However, I have the coins. So one of them, I have it, the liquidity is being provided on Uniswap V3, and that's the No Central coin. So this is the No Central, no ticker, NO is the ticker. So that one, you can actually go on Dex Tools, Dex Screener, Dodo Exchange, Unidex, plenty of other dexes actually, even CoinMarketCap. If you go then stick the contract address on the search bar, it will show you inside CoinMarketCap, and you can go and interact with it from there. Even what's it called, Gecko Terminal, that's a really good one as well. In fact, I like Gecko Terminal and I do like Dodo Exchange. So Gecko Terminal, you can go in and type the address in, the contract address, remember it's the contract address, the one starts with 0x something, right? Type that in. It's on the Twitter handle, you can see it underneath the Twitter. If you take that and put it into the search bar, it will give you the token and you can see exactly what's going on with the token. You can see the liquidity, you can see the valuation, you can see the total diluted valuations and XYZ. Also, you can see the audit reports, the automatic audit reports. So these are not human verified audit reports. You can also see them as well. So they've gone in, they've scanned the contracts and everything, and they've come back and they said, okay, here's a few things to notice, right? And on that point, I want to talk about this as well, right? So one of the things that they're constantly picking up is there a sales tax and is there a buy tax, right? Because they can't figure out if there's a sales or a buy tax. I personally can't remember putting a sales tax or a buy tax. So my answer to that would be no, right? However, I am still able to access the contract. So I will go back to the contract. I'll have a look at it. And if there's something there to be fixed, I'll fix that, right? Because remember, when I deployed the contract, I deployed a contract that has all the functions, right? I didn't want to keep anything back, all the functions, right? That's that. Now, one of the things that a lot of people will notice and may be a bit wary about is the part that where it says mint function available, mint, it can be minted, right? And I want to clarify something here, guys. If the token doesn't have a maximum supply, that token can be minted. If the token has a maximum supply, you cannot exceed the maximum supply, right? So that's the fun part, right? So if on the contract, which it is, on our contract, you predefine that this contract can only contain maximum of 100 million tokens, which we have, then you cannot mint anything above that. You actually get an error, right? Whenever you attempt to mint, so you burn gas, you burn all of that, you burn your fees, and you try to mint, you're not going to mint. Now, why did I put a mint function? Again, the same reason. Originally, when I created the contract, I put every option there is, right? But at the same time, I also had a classic idea. And the idea was, what if I mint 10 million tokens and deploy it to the liquidity pool? What if I mint 10 million tokens and deploy it for the staking pool? What if I mint 10 million tokens and give it to the foundation wallet? Mint again another 10 million tokens and give it to the founder wallet, for example. Mint again another 10 million tokens and then send it to some crowdfunding or whatever, pre-sale, whatever contract. So I was thinking about all of those kind of things originally when I was designing the contract, right? And for me, it just made sense. Oh, I'll just do a little increments until I hit that threshold. But then I decided, actually, do you know what? Forget all of that. I'll rather do it from my own wallet. It's going to be easier, or foundation wallet. Either one doesn't make any difference. It's going to be a lot more easier for me to control that from MetaMask or Me Wallet or something like this, or even Trust Wallet. So, and by the way, my foundation wallet is actually on the Trust Wallet. My personal wallet is on the MetaMask. So that way, at least you know what's going on. So it's easier for me to control that, because then I can do it from a phone or wherever. It's much more easier rather than me continuously going into the blockchain and then doing it from there. It's a bit of a headache. It's not as simple as it looks, right? But it's easier for me to do it from the app browser. Much more easier. I can do it on a phone. So that's what that is. So please do understand, it is impossible to mint more than what the contract specifies. If the contract says there's only 100 million tokens, you cannot mint another one more token more than that. Right? Remember that. But sometimes, and this is not even sometimes, I have noticed this before as well. So once I had a token where I fixed the supply, but all of a sudden, I'm not sure how, I ended up getting a few more tokens extra than I had. So it does have a burn function, right? And that's why the burn function is there. So the mint and the burn are both there for a very good reason. Mint was there so that I can get to the initial, maximum supply, which I've done already, so I can't really mint anymore. But the burn supply is there just in case something happens. We can always burn. Remember this, guys. There's a burn there, and it's not me. You can actually go and put your tokens there, put your wallet address there, and burn whatever coins you want. So the burn function is something anybody could use, right? It's a free for all, right? So that's there. Just keep a note of that. So the burn function is there. So just in case someone makes a stupid mistakes, burns everything and kills the supply or whatever, at least we have a mint function to recover back to the 100 million tokens if we ever have to, which obviously I'm not going to do. Now, the other thing is the mint, the burn, apart from the burn, sorry, the mint and all of that functions, those functions are only available to me as long as I have not renounced the ownership. Currently, I have not renounced the ownership solely because there are other things I need to do. There are plenty of approvals I need to do. Once I've done all of those, then I will renounce the ownership. And once I do, then I'm kicked out of the blockchain. Then that means the project goes on its own. And that's going to happen. Now, the reason I haven't still done it yet, I need to go on the blockchain and I need to verify the website, the social media links, and X, Y, Z. And I can't do that if I renounce ownership, or I'm not sure, but that's what I'm thinking, right? So I want to do all of those things before I renounce ownership. So make sure the whole blockchain is updated with all the details, the logo, the tokens, everything, you name it, right? The price feeds and everything. Also, at the same time, I need to get the coin market cap, coin gecko, coin paprika, all of them updated as well, right? So there's a lot of things there. Now, in order for me to get all of those updated, all three of them, even gecko, this, that, whatever, every terminal out there, every DEX out there, I have to do some sort of a KYC. So the KYC requires me to have a website, which I did not want to do right now. I had no intention of launching a website right now because that's what the software was going to live on. So now I'm being forced to actually get a website because that's the only way I can verify. I didn't realize this, right? So this is stupid. But again, something I really don't want to do, right? Because I wanted the actual thing to be listed on an IPFS. So it was going to be more like an IPFS website, a static website. where you hit the IPFS address, you can go and use the DEX and do whatever you want to do. But I'm being forced to create a website. So fine, I'm going to make a freaking website. That's what all of these platforms, including Ethereum and including Optimism and whatever, they all want. So I'm going to do that just to make them happy. Once that is all done and all our tokenomics and everything is active and the token is running, I'm going to renounce ownership. From that point onwards, I can't do anything. Even if God comes down and says to me, Sham, you have to go and do this, I can't do it because I've renounced the ownership. So just wanted everybody to understand this. That's what it is. And also another one big major fact a lot of people got to understand, guys, right? I'm sitting here talking to you on a video regarding no central cryptocurrency project. I've got nothing to hide and I've got nothing to take with you, right? Remember, you can go and verify, even on Dex Screener or Dex Tools or whatever. If you go to the bottom of Coin Market Cap, if you go to the bottom, you can see owner wallet has nothing, creator wallet has nothing, right? And you can see the wallet I've interacted with to create the price. It's only got a few dust in there. Why? Because I just interacted so I could create the price, do a few buy and sells just to create the price. Other than that, nothing. And I've made sure on purpose, I only spent a few dollars, not a few $100s, which I could if I wanted to, but I only spent a few dollars because I want everybody else to have a chance. I can't be more fair than that, and I can't be more transparent than that, all right? I can't be more transparent than that. So that's that, guys. And now with the airdrop, same reason, just hold a little bit longer, hold on a little bit longer because you don't have this open yet, but just hold on for a little bit longer. I want to drop the airdrop as soon as I've got all of these verifications and everything out of the way. So that way, when you do go to MetaMask, you can actually see the price feed, and on the side of your token, it tells you XYZ number of tokens, the value is this. That's all I'm trying to do. Now, I've noticed they are like MetaMask, they're pulling data from CoinGecko for whatever reason. So obviously I need to do the verification with them. That's that. There's a lot of things, but there's a few good things as well. Now that the tokens are live, right? And I'm saying tokens, and I'll tell you what the other token is, right? The tokens are live. You can actually go to what's called MetaMask, for example, or even I think Trust Wallet as well. You can do that. You can go and use the swap function there because the liquidity is available. You can go there and you can start buying and selling as well, right? So now you can do a swap direct from your wallet. So that's a great thing. So of course the blockchain, it's not going to happen overnight, but it is doing its thing. Since yesterday, a lot has changed. I'm glad it's been happening. Yeah, so I'm really glad it's been happening, and it's just coming there. So that's that. Now I talked about another token. So no central project also has another token, but that token is a little bit more of an important token. So I've talked about this before. I said, look, there's a token that is the no central token that I've created out of Impulse, which I'm working on right now. And then there is another token that I've created, which is not on Impulse, which is properly pre-planned, right? And the kind of a theory that I've had was people who are going to be using the exchange. So no central token, it's there, it's our project identity, it's our project token, or even like our little project mascot, right? So let's call it a project mascot coin, meme coin, whatever you call it. That's what this is, right? Of course, it has a value. I don't know what the value, I think it's currently 0.0002 or something like this. So very small, minuscule price, right? I think you get like 200,000 tokens or something like that for one Ethereum. So I've kept it very low initially so that people can actually afford to buy and do whatever they want. So it's not something ridiculous. Again, I don't want anything off you. So that was that. So it's more like, I'm treating it more like a meme coin for our project. This is our project mascot coin, right? This doesn't generate any income, doesn't generate anything. Of course, it probably generates a little bit from liquidity, but depends on how much you buy. I mean, if someone goes out there and spends $100,000, maybe I'll get 0.3% out of that. What is what? $300? Do you know what I mean? So you got to really understand what all these numbers mean. You spend $100,000, right? All I get is what, $300? So is that really going to make a dent? No. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to make anything. I still have to spend my own money to develop this project. So I decided, I said, like, okay, we have a secondary token, but the secondary token is purely intentionally made to fund the actual development of the project. Because development, guys, I'm not going to do it on my own. I need to have developers and XYZ. I need to have professionals there. I can't do that. But at the same time, I don't want you guys to feel that I'm overcharging you anything. So it's been priced at 0.1 cent, right? Like 1 cent, basically 1 cent. So it's been priced at 1 cent, and it's currently been listed on an exchange. So on that particular exchange, it's going to be so it's listed on an exchange. On that exchange, you can go and provide liquidity. So it's more of a liquidity generation event, right? So what it does is there's a pair. It's on USDT, I believe. Sorry, there's 2 pairs, USDT and USDC. There's 2 pairs. So it doesn't matter where you go, you can provide both sides of the coin. So if you happen to buy some NCX coin on the Dodo exchange, you can then go and add to the liquidity for that pool, or create your own pool, right? So I've tested it out. There's a pool for USDT, there's a pool for USDC. You can create a pool for Ethereum. In fact, I think the pool for Ethereum is the best pool out there. It's actually much more cheaper, much better. So I think that's a good pool. I might even create one for that as well. So the pools are there. So you can buy directly on the exchange with the swaps functions and this and that. Once you do that, you can now go and provide liquidity into the pool, and you get that other side of the token as your reward, right? In the liquidity generation event kind of a thing. So it's one-sided. Whatever you put in, the pool calculates it, and then it deploys your share basically. So that's happening for NCX, but that's more to do with raising the capital, right? And it's not all about raising capital for no central exchange. It's raising the capital to provide liquidity and lock the liquidity, because guys, without a sufficient liquidity in the market, these projects could die out, fizzle out completely. So I don't want these projects to die out. So any capital that's raised, a small percentage may be taken to pay for development or whatever. Not probably, because I'll probably fund it myself, but it will stay locked for a long time, because I want it to be locked. At least that way the project has a nice little base, a nice little foundation to go from, right? And remember what I said, guys, I'm here talking to you right now. I'm not taking anything, right? And this is my statement here. You can go and vet this. You can go and check it on chain and see whatever. So that's what that is. So that's the coin. So it has its purpose, right? And now the other thing I've thought about, and I am going to implement as well, obviously I'm going to do a staking pool. So for no central, no ticker, and the other one is NCX. So there's 2 different tickers. One is NO and one is NCX, right? So I'm going to create some other utilities as well, staking pools as well. So people who have bought some NCX can go and stake the NCX and actually get some staking rewards in NCX, right? People who have received no central token, no token for free, or bought some or whatever, you can also go and lock for staking rewards and receive some staking as well. And I'll probably open up fresh pools. So I'll do like 30-day pools, 20-day pools, 100-day pools, a year pool, depending how long you lock it for. You get higher rewards, right? You know what I mean? So if it's going to be for 30 days, you get a smaller rewards. If it's going to be for 1,000 days, for example, or 100 days or whatever, you're going to get a higher reward, because you're locking your liquidity for a longer period of time. Of course, you should be rewarded more. So it's all going to be done accordingly. I'm just being hypothetical here, but that's the point, right? That's what we want to do. And the coins, because on Dodo, because both coins are available on Dodo, you can actually interoperably swap between them as well. So you can actually pay for NCX with your no central token, or vice versa. You can pay with NCX for no central token, one or the other. So in the future, I might even do a pool where you can actually stake either one of those tokens and receive either one of them, or something like this, right? I'll do something crazy anyway. But guys, it's a work in progress. And again, remember, I'm not a coder, so everything I'm doing is stressing me out. But by the way, it's freaking stressing me out, I'm telling you, because I'm trying to, like today, all day, I was looking at domain names and everything, and nocentral.com, $15,000. Someone already has it. They put it on sale for £15,000, which is like about $18,000, right? What the fuck? Come on, guys, right? So I looked at a few others. There's a few I looked at, and I'm thinking, okay, fine, I might have to go and buy this. But again, guys, I'm putting money in from my pocket to do this. All all I'm asking for you guys to do is just support me, support the brother. That's all I'm saying. For example, if it's on CoinMarketCap, you put the contract address in, you go to CoinMarketCap, you see it on this contract, the CoinMarketCap deck screen or whatever. There's a like button. Hit that like and say you want to see it listed, right? You go to Dex Tools, there's a trust score, there's a thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up and say, yes, you trust it. The more and more people do that, the more legitimacy it's going to give to the project, the more sooner our projects are going to be recognized. Because unless you're going to vote it, why would people accept it? So that's all I'm asking for from you, right? And let's see where we take this. You know, as I said, in the future, I might even have a staking pool where you stake your free no tokens that I'm airdropping to you, and you might be able to get some of these NCX tokens, you know, because NCX is a lot more powerful token, you know. And I forgot to mention as well, NCX token, there's a certain percentage of the token, it will actually also be sent out on a regular interval for the people who use the decks that we're making in the future, right? So I'm not talking about now, in the future, when we launch the decks, which is going to be very soon. Again, as I said, it's all fun depending, because I've got to fork out my money to go and build the decks and pay for the developers, right? And what you have to understand is I'm not taking anything from anybody, right? So none of this is paying me any money. So me creating these two tokens doesn't pay me anything, right? So everything's I'm gonna be out of pocket. So I need some spare funds, hopefully some profit money in XYZ from some of the trades that I made. And then I'll kind of deploy that, build whatever needs to be built, and then move forward with that, right? And then see where we go. But yeah, the project depends on all of you guys. Honestly, it depends on all of you guys, because this is a project where it's giving the chance to the community members to do whatever. Do you know what I mean? Community members could be whatever. Like, for example, on Uniswap, and this is no joke, right? On Uniswap, there's 50% of all of No Central token is currently listed on Uniswap. Now, here's the fun part. Someone could actually buy the whole 50% of the supply and become a freaking whale. No one's even thought about that. They could become a whale, and then they could be selling it, but they could be locking that liquidity and providing liquidity from that at whatever rate they want. And they could be then earning from that as well. People don't understand these things, right? Obviously. So I could do that, but if I do that, then it's not fair, is it, guys? And I'm telling you how to do it here. I can't be more freaking black and white, right? You know what I mean? It's just fucking, I can't, honestly, I can't. I can only hint towards certain things. I'm like, oh, come on, guys. People have the perfect opportunity to go and swipe all the coins and then provide liquidity themselves and start earning fees on top of everything else. There's so much you could do, right? And the best part is, even if someone did it now, it wouldn't really cost them much as well. It's just, anyway, I don't want to go into this, right? It's just hilarious, right? When we're talking about NCX token, right, on Dodo Exchange, anyone who provides liquidity, you will get your liquidity Dodo LP tokens as well. That's going to be your proof that you've provided liquidity. And then I will probably create a liquidity mining pool as well, which means if you have a liquidity LP token, you can actually stake those LP tokens and receive more NCX tokens as well, right? So please, you know, just bear with me. I'll do my best to make sure that everybody does maximum gains yield in tokens. Now, by the way, guys, just for transparency and as an official disclaimer, anything I've said here is not financial advice. I am not encouraging you to go and buy, sell, do anything, right? Do your own research, do your own due diligence, make your own mind up, make your own decisions, right? If anybody is buying, selling, trading, exchanging, swapping, staking, whatever on No Central or anything to do with No Central token, please understand there is no expectation of any profit, right? Right, no expectation either from me, and neither should you have that. If you are buying and selling, these are decisions you're making yourself. You should seek advice and do whatever from a professional. I'm not a financial advisor. I shouldn't be telling you what you can do, what you can't do, how you can do, how you can't do. Those are things not for a YouTube video. Please do understand this, right? But as a person, as a full KYC, right, you know who I am, you know what my intentions are, and clearly not dodgy. I'm sitting here right now and I'm saying, guys, this is what's available. This is what I've done for you, the community. right? And all I'm asking in return is give me some thumbs up in these kind of protocols and DEX tools and whatever. Let's get listed. Help me do that. And let's keep this thing decentralized and move forward with it and actually achieve the goals we set to do, right? And of course, when I say we set to do, I did want the entire community, I still want the entire community to tell me, you know, come and give your feedback and say, do this, do that, you know, and I will happily do that until the point where the community takes over and I don't have to do anything, the community does it. I would love that to happen. So until that day, unfortunately, I've still got to be in control, right? So other than that, listen, I'm not going to make anything any longer. All I can tell you is the market, since midnight, obviously we're going past midnight, so the time now is 18 minutes past 12 and the market is already green. The market currently is at $1.6 trillion. The BTC is currently at 42,977, so it's gone up by 200. It's all plus now. Ethereum is up as well. Solana's green. Say's back to green. This is back to 79 cents. And yeah, I mean, pretty much as soon as BTC recovered, everything recovered. How freaky is that? So we had a bloody day yesterday. You know, Say was positive. And today we have a green day again. So the market's reset exactly as I said earlier on yesterday. So I have to say yesterday now because we're now on the 4th of January. We started the video on the 3rd of January. We've gone to the 4th of January. Bloody hell, what a life. Other than that, listen guys, I'm not going to say anything else. Just as I said, if you have any questions regarding the smart contract, regarding any of those stupid automatic audits and this and that, please do speak to me. I will happily clarify these things to you if you don't understand how these work. As I said, mint function being on a contract doesn't necessarily mean that you can mint more. The only time you can mint more coins if the contract doesn't have a max setup. So if you have a max number of tokens set up on the contract, you cannot exceed that max. That's a fact. And in our case, we can't exceed the total of 100 million tokens. We cannot exceed that. So please do understand this. That's why all the other decks and everything, they also see it as well. And as I said, I will double check. I'm going to go and I'll go home now and sit on my laptop and double check. I've still got about half an hour drive, but I will check it to see if I have some tax or anything. Because I don't understand why they're saying buyer's tax, seller's tax. The fuck are they talking about? Excuse my language, but I am going to go and double check all of these things, right? Because it's a bit concerning. Like, why you keep on flashing that for when I actually am not taking anything off you, right? My wallet doesn't receive anything. Well, why the hell are you asking me? So I want to see where that is going. Are they referring to the liquidity, the sales tax? Like, you know, when you go on Uniswap, there's a 0.3% transaction fee or whatever they call it. Is that what they're talking about? I don't know. I've got to go and double check, right? But it's just peace of mind. I'm going to go and do that. Just peace of mind, right? And if there is one, then it should be transparent. It should come up, right? But as far as I know, on the contract, there shouldn't be one. So I'm going to double check that anyway. And of course, listen, worst case scenario, guys, if this contract, people are not happy, I haven't airdropped anything to you. All I've done is played around with a bit of liquidity, you know, played around with a couple of dollars here and there, right? I'll tell you this. If the community, and I want you, if you watched it to the end, right? If the community turns around and says, actually, Sham, can you get rid of this contract? Can you create a fresh contract, replace this with a fresh contract without mint, without burn, without upgradability, without all of it? I'll happily do that, by the way. You know, this is me being completely, again, community focused. I'm telling you, the community, tell me if you want me to deploy a fresh contract and airdrop from that, again, I'll go and burn my money and I'll do that for you. It's not a problem, right? If you want to see everything green check mark, like NCX, the NCX token contract, if you go and see the deck screener and all of that, right? Green, the audit reports are green. But then when you go to other audit reports, like other things, there's still the two, sales tax and buys tax. If it's not there, how are you going to see it? Right? If it's not there, how are you going to see it? You're not going to see it. But there's no mint or anything. There's all predefined. So that means that the total number of supply, you can't have any more than that. So that's that. Also, guys, pricing. The reason I kept the pricing so freaking low is so everybody can have an equal opportunity and a great chance to make some money or whatever they want to do if the market does pump, right? Again, it's not in my control, it's in your control. If the market does pump, at least you bought it for cheap, right? And then you can do whatever. So I know a whole bunch of my own guys are bugging me, and I'm kind of stopping them. I'm like, guys, stop, calm down. And in fact, there's a few guys that I know want to invest funds, and I've said to them, I haven't even shared it to them, by the way, but I have at the same time, I've said to them, I said, guys, if you are interested, just hold off for a little bit, right? Hold off for at least let me do the airdrop. So why I'm saying that is, when we do the airdrop, I know majority of the people are going to come and dump on the market, so they're going to try and wipe out the liquidity. They don't care. They're not in it. They're in here to support the project or anything. Majority of the people are there just to dump. Right? They just want to make a little bit of change and get the hell out, right? So when they do that, they are going to dump the prices. When they dump the prices, if you got 10K, 20K sitting around, that's when you deploy that kind of money. So right now, I'm suggesting to everybody, a few dollars, $10, $100, whatever you can afford to burn, just play around with that, right? Unless you want me to change the contract, then don't do it. Then tell me first and I'll change the contract. But if you want me to continue this contract, this open, transparent contract, then I'll continue with it. And you should, only invest what you can afford to lose, right? Because nothing is going to guarantee you're going to make any money on this, because of all of the foreseen, I wouldn't say unforeseen, foreseeable future. I know exactly what's going to happen. All of the people are going to dump. So the market will dump. When this all happens, the coin will be affected. That's the opportunity to go and put your big money down, right? So now, right now, you don't go and put anything more than $100. That's what I'm going to say. $10, $15, $20, $1, even $1, right? Whatever, something very small. You play around with that, maybe $1 every day, dollar cost average or whatever you want to do. But don't deploy everything in one go, and definitely don't put 10 grand in, right? And I know some of my guys are going to watch this video. Guys, do not put 10 grand in, please, because 10 grand, you're going to kill everything, right? You're going to kill yourself, and then you're going to come and chasing me. Guys, I'm not making anything out of it, so don't put something into it and then come and say, Sham, we put money into your project. No, it's not my project, it's your project, it's all of our project. It's no central, decentralized project. It means there's no central authority. It should never have any central authority. Yes, I have some control over the contract right now, but that's about it. It doesn't mean I can recover your funds or anything like this. So remember, all transactions on the blockchain are immutable. So whatever you do right now is that's it. There's no one can get that back. No one can do anything about that. So on that note, guys, hope the video was informative. I know it's a very long video. Hope you got all the info that you need. Like, share, subscribe, and let me catch you on another one very soon. Other than that, I've got a freaking sore throat. I'm going. Time is late now. Market's pumping. BTC is kind of hovering up and down. I'm really focused on SEI. I want to go and see what SEI does, and then see where it goes from there. And I'm also holding myself back with no central right now. But I am going to enter, and when I do enter, it's going to be a whole different story, guys. So until then, enjoy. Do whatever you need to do. But one thing I can guarantee you, I'm not dumping, right? No central, NCX, I'm not dumping. That I can guarantee you. So let's go, let's move forward, and let's make some money or whatever, right? Let's make some APY. Let's make more tokens and enjoy crypto for what it is and keep it decentralized. That's the key here. And if you are, if you want to support the project, if you are a developer, if you are someone who can code, someone who can design something and this and that, reach out to me, talk to me. We're on Discord and everything. I've saw one of my videos here has all of those links. I'm not publishing links for Discord servers on this. You can find me on Twitter. From there, you can join the No Central community. That's where we can have a conversation. I don't want to give you this video with the Discord server link going to this video's channel's Discord server. No, guys, too messy, right? Let's not do that, right? You will find all the information on the Twitter account. From that Twitter account, come back to me and then we'll talk, right? Or even on the video, leave a comment on the video and I'll happily share. If you are one of those person, I'll happily share the details with you openly on the video comment or whatever. But other than that, like, share, subscribe. Let me catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.